Greetings, my beautiful lovelies. It's Emmy. How are you? It's great to see you and welcome back. Today I'm going to be making a turkey. I'm going to be fixing the Popeyes Cajun turkey. They offer this during the holidays, more specifically Thanksgiving, which we celebrate on the fourth Thursday of November here in the US. It's a time of feasting and gathering, and the iconic food to eat during this time of year is the Thanksgiving turkey. So apparently Popeyes, the fried chicken fast food chain, has been selling these Cajun turkeys since 2021, but I just learned about it this year, so I immediately set out to find one. Turkey. What's this about? You can buy an entire turkey from the fast food store. Yes, you can. It's a little mysterious, even though I looked it up online. It was all kind of a mystery to me. So I made sure, as they said, to call a local Popeyes to make sure they had one in stock. Mine did. I waited quite a while before they could help me, and then they proceeded to give me this. Let me get a tray and put it on the tray. This bag of turkey. So on the television commercial, they do not tell you how much it costs. My local Popeyes gave me this turkey for $54.99 plus tax. So it works out to be about $60 for a turkey that's said to feed 8 to 10 people. Now, somehow in my imagination, because Popeyes makes fast food fried chicken, I envisioned a pre-cooked turkey that I could just special order, drop by, grab. Not exactly the case. This turkey was frozen. So I bought a $60 frozen turkey. Let me unbox it for you. So here's the turkey in a tray. And I've had this in my refrigerator thawing for 3 days. As instructed, 72 hours. Sure enough, it did thaw out. It took a long time. Actually, over 72 hours if I'm really technical. 3-4 days for this to thaw out in the fridge. Somehow this is not what I imagined. I imagined a giant Costco rotisserie chicken, which this is not. So here it is. Popeyes Cajun-Style turkey. Wrapped in plastic, pretty big. But one thing that's different is that it is fully cooked. So there is that. This is marinated and fully cooked. We do have to reheat it, and the reheating time actually is quite significant. So let me get some towels here to dry this off. I think the advantage to buying one of these is that it'll be seasoned well, like Popeye's food is. It is pre-cooked, but you do have to go through that process of thawing the turkey as you would if you're buying an uncooked turkey. You don't have to deal with any raw meat, but you still have to use the correct food safety protocols when it comes to thawing out meats. You must keep this cold while it's thawing because harmful bacteria can grow if you were to leave this at room temperature, for example, inside here, and you could get sick. So must keep it cold while it is thawing. So here is the front of it. Little pilgrim dressed turkey. And here on the back, which I didn't notice until just now, they do provide preparation directions, instructions. So here it says preheat conventional oven to 350. Online it says 375. I think I'm gonna go for 350, a little bit cooler. Cover with foil and reheat on the lower rack for 1.5 hours, same time. Remove foil and cook for another 30 minutes until the internal temperature reaches 150. Online it said 140. As measured by a meat thermometer inserted in the deepest part of the breast meat. Let stand for 20 minutes, same. Save pan drippings for gravy, and then tells you the gravy directions, which are exactly the same. 3 tablespoons of flour, a little bit of black pepper, the drippings, and some water. So we will make the gravy as well. So I am going to go with the 350 degrees because, as some of you may know, turkey can be incredibly dry if it is overcooked. And since this is already cooked, we are just warming it through. I like the kind of low and slow idea. So I am going to be using this as my roaster. And I attempted to put that in there earlier and it fit mostly. So I'm gonna try doing that rather than buying a big foily thing because I'm gonna be cooking it in this oven and I don't have a lot of room, but this fits. So we'll do that. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little makeshift rack using some heavy duty aluminum foil. So pull a good stretch out. If you have a rack that fits your pan, you don't have to do this at all. But since I don't, I'm gonna make one. So, making a snake like this, and just gonna squeeze this into a coil. And this will just elevate the bird off the bottom of the pan. That's all the rack is supposed to do. So I'm going to make a little S shape. Alrighty, so that's my rack. Next, let's open this up. So while this is fully cooked, we still need to be concerned about cross-contamination. You want to make sure you have impeccably clean hands and a clean work surface. So let's cut this open. I'm going to use scissors. So this is the Popeye's branding on the outside. And here is the turkey inside. Now it says to reserve the juice because we're going to make our pan gravy out of that. So I'm going to try to catch it in this tray. There's a little knot up here. And I'm just going to cut that and try to remove this out of the bag from the top. I might just be able to lift this up and pour the liquids into a bowl. So I'm going to try to pour this juice into here. Oh, there's quite a bit of it. Can you see that? Okay, good. Okay, well that's good. That gets a lot of that out. Now I'm going to cut this back so you can see what this looks like. So it has one of these things in it, which is one of those plastic things that you get when you buy a regular turkey. I'm going to cut that out. I'm not a huge fan of plastic in my food, although this is already cooked in it, I'm sure. Okay, so I measured this and this seemed to fit into my tray. So I'm just gonna hoist this and put it in my baking tray. Tuck those legs in as best. Oh yeah, girl, yes. Okay, so here's the turkey. Weighty. This is heavy. I don't know, solid, I don't know, 20 pounds it feels. Not exactly pretty at this point. There's that coagulated fat. But lots of seasoning, smells good. Now we're going to add our juices back to the pan. Okay. And now wrap this puppy tightly in aluminum foil. Okay, wow, that's heavy. Into a preheated 350 degree oven for an hour and a half, and then I will uncover it, cook it for another 30 minutes uncovered, and then let it cool for 20 minutes before we slice it. Apparently that little bit of cooling time allows the juices to kind of go back into the turkey, and it should be a juicier turkey. And at that point, while it's cooling, we'll go ahead and make the gravy. Alrighty, my lovelies, I shall see you in a couple of hours. I'm really curious to see how this tastes and if it's worth the $60 price tag. Alrighty, my lovelies, see you in a little bit. Alright, into the oven. Let's go. Yes, you fit. Great, 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 great. Alright, cook away. A little bit. Alrighty, my lovelies, here we are. We have the Popeyes turkey. Dun, da, da, da. I took it out of the cooking pot and I added a little bit of rosemary around it to kind of zhuzh it up. And first of all, it took way longer than the directions said. Now maybe it was still frozen inside. I had it sitting in my refrigerator for about 5 days. And I thought it was soft to the touch, but I'm grateful for my probe thermometer. I inserted this into the deepest part of the turkey breast connected it and set it for 140 degrees. And what's great about this is once the internal temperature reaches that point, it will beep and let you know. So you don't have to keep opening your oven, closing your oven, poking your bird over and over again, or leaving a dial thermometer, which can be kind of hard to read. So grateful for that. The thermometer registered at 89 degrees after an hour and a half, which is not food safe. So I cooked this for a full 3 hours. So at about 2.5 hours, I removed the foil. The thermometer read an internal temperature of 130 degrees. So I removed the foil and cooked it an additional half an hour at 375 uncovered, and the internal temperature reached 144 degrees above the 140, which means it is food safe and ready to eat. Now this has been cooling for about a half an hour, and let us make a gravy to go with our turkey. By the way, if you're looking for a really easy to use probe thermometer, really recommend this one. This one's made by ThermoWorks. This is not sponsored. I purchased this myself. It's called the Dot. It's really easy to use, and that's what I like. I don't like lots of buttons and bells and whistles. I just want you to tell me what the temperature is and to beep when it's ready. So we're going to make our gravy. In my saucepan, I have 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, and to that I'm going to add some pepper. It says 1/8 of a teaspoon, but I like my peppery, so I'm going to add more like 1/4, because I like lots of black pepper. And to that we're going to add, I'm going to add the heat, and we're going to add 3 tablespoons of our pan drippings and whisk that up to make a paste. So there's no butter involved in this. We're just going to be using the fat, I guess, from the broth. So it's already thick, and I'm going to add 1 cup of the reserve broth and 1 cup of water. I'm going to add this a little bit slowly so as to not to get lumps, but this is lumping. All right, I'm going to add my water first because this is super lumpy. Look at this. I don't think I've made a lumpier gravy in my life. Maybe that's the kind of gravy you want, though. I don't know. Look at that. Wow. If this gets really lumpy, I'm just gonna put it through the blender. That'll help. The lumps are coming out slowly. So I got the lumps out of my gravy. I just used a sieve. This is filled with all my coarse black pepper. Poured it through. Just used my whisk to mush out all of the lumps. And we are back in business. We're supposed to boil this for 4 or 5 minutes just to get it fully thickened, and it looks great. We got gravy. Look at that. That's a boil. Let me turn that down. But look, we are lump free. Isn't that great? Although it did capture all my coarsely ground pepper, alas. So we're just thoroughly warming this up and bring it to a full boil so that it can thicken nicely. Look at over there. Look at that. That'd be our turkey. Alrighty, let's put our gravy into an appropriate dish. A boat would be nice, but I don't have a gravy boat, so into this little dish it goes. Not bad. A little translucent. Alrighty, here is the turkey. I have to say, it looks pretty good. I mean, look. Pretty good, right? I have to say this gravy's a little thin. If you want it thicker, you just have to cook it a little bit longer so that it reduces down. But just following the directions. So, really curious to see how the Popeye's Cajun-style turkey tastes, because in terms of cooking time, it took a lot longer than I expected. I thought one of the biggest advantages of buying one of these turkeys is that it was already cooked, so that would mean less cooking time. So, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours. I think typically a turkey, it takes about 4 hours or so. This took about 3. So, but this could have been user error. Maybe it was still frozen in the inside. I did not take the internal temperature of it, but it did sit in my refrigerator for 5 days. Anyways, enough of that. Let's go ahead and cut this. So, are you a turkey breast or turkey thigh? Do you like dark meat or light meat? I am definitely a dark meat girl, but I'm gonna taste both. So I'm gonna just slice into the turkey breast like this. It's looking pretty good. I'm sure that this has been brined so that the turkey, I'm hoping, will not be dry. The breast meat is notorious for being dry, know what I mean? And I can't tell right now how this is, but we shall find out. It does look a little dry. This is supposed to feed 8 to 10 people, and I think that would be generous, 8 to 10 people. Okay, I don't know how to carve a turkey, is what I'm learning here. Okay, so we got some breast meat. Now we're gonna cut into the thigh meat. So a lot of broth did come out of the turkey as it was cooking. So I would save that to make soup. Okay, so here is our turkey. I've got both dark meat and light meat, and I've got the gravy here. Alrighty, my lovelies, for those of you celebrating Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving to you and to all of my beautiful lovelies. I am grateful to each and every one of you. Alrighty, let's give our Popeyes Cajun-style turkey a taste. I've got a bite of dark meat here, and let's give it a go. Itadakimasu. A very flavorful turkey, nicely seasoned, meaning it's nicely salted. In terms of texture and tenderness, it reminds me a lot of a rotisserie chicken. If you get a rotisserie chicken from Costco or your local grocery store, similar texture, very, very tender. That is the dark meat, and very flavorful, very well seasoned. I'm not getting much of the Cajun flavor per se, just nicely brined. But let's try some of the chicken breast with the skin on it and see if we get more of a Cajun flavor. Here we go. When I have the skin, it tastes a little bit more buttery. The breast meat is a little dry. But again, very similar to a store-bought rotisserie chicken in terms of level of tenderness and dryness. It's not so dry that it's terrible or inedible. It's just turkey breast, which tends to be dry. Know what I mean? There's a nice level of seasoning throughout the entire bird, which I think can be challenging to get in the chicken breast in particular. It's such a solid piece of meat. Good. I'm just gonna have a piece of the skin. The skin has the most kind of Cajun-y flavor to it. There might be a little bit of a heat and some kind of garlicky flavors. Definitely some garlic and onion. And I only get that though in the skin. Yeah, definitely some peppery heat, but not anything hot or spicy. More just like a black pepper heat. And not bad. Oh, I forgot the gravy. Let's try it with the gravy. Pour the gravy on there. Let's try the turkey breast in particular with the gravy. Here we go. Oh yeah. That's great. The gravy is nice and black peppery, so it adds a nice kind of fresh bite to it, and then it moistens everything. It's great and adds yet another layer of flavor. It's good with thigh meat as well. So, final thoughts on my Popeyes Cajun turkey. It's not bad. It tastes a lot like a rotisserie chicken in my opinion, but you can serve a lot of people. You have the nice turkey presentation. In terms of length of time it took me to cook it, it was a bit disappointing, but that could have been user error. At any rate, as long as you have a thermometer, you can't go wrong. You'll get the temperature absolutely correct, and you won't overcook your bird, whether you're cooking a Popeyes turkey or a regular turkey. As long as you have a thermometer, you'll know exactly the temperature of your turkey and you won't overcook it. So this was also $60. so not exactly inexpensive. If you want it delivered to your home, it's $100, so an extra $40 for shipping. But you don't have to worry about branding the chicken, and you're not dealing with any raw poultry. There's that. In terms of flavor, it doesn't remind me of Popeyes at all because I always think of fried chicken when I think of Popeyes, but it's not bad. Well seasoned. Just think giant rotisserie chicken and you'll get this. Alrighty, my lovelies, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoy that one. I hope you learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media, like this video, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Toodaloo, take care, bye! Oh my gosh, I have so much turkey. Wow. The wing, where's the wing? Oh, look at the wing. I forgot to take a bite of the wing. Chicken wings are better. Still pretty good. I'm falling right off the bone. Alrighty. Now I gotta find some mashed potatoes.